I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Now, what you've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
Vagina.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight, Middle Earth Edition. Now, as any honest and decent person knows, Sauron is not a figure to be taken unconcernedly. This wasn't up for debate even a few years ago, but all of a sudden, you've got militarized Nazgul patrolling the Shire and threatening the ability of its citizens to travel freely. So why are some of Middle-earth's residents, namely Saruman the White, signing off on it? What's really going on here? 4 unassuming hobbits, not warriors, not politicians, are embarking on a journey that would daunt even the most seasoned adventurers. Why? Because when the fabric of freedom is threatened, it's the duty of every citizen to stand up to tyranny. Period. When did we forget how to say, well, actually, no, you can't just enslave the whole world. Sorry, that's not how things work. And let's be clear, these hobbits aren't delusional. They don't believe they can defeat such darkness on their own. But we all get the sense that they understand that standing up to evil, no matter how insurmountable it seems, is what separates the moral from the cowardly. Anyone with a pulse and 2 brain cells can't help but feel inspired by a story like this. Courage isn't just a word. It's the pillar on which every civilization worth remembering is built upon. The moment we forget that is the moment that evil wins.
That was so low. Let's do it again. Hey! What's up? Thank you, X-Ray Girl. I got the message. You can have, even though you're a filthy commie Canadian, you can have the rest of the day off because basically you're the 51st state. And, oh, now you're good.
Would you like a piece of bacon?
Yeah, I'd like a piece of bacon. They don't mind if I eat a piece of, I should probably have a napkin though. I have a beard.
I'll bring you a
Yeah,
napkin.
thanks.
Just,
I'm not going to eat it right now. Hang on. Yeah.
I'll get more napkins.
Thanks. So, sorry. I was waiting for some breakfast before the show, and my OCD brother-in-law decided to deep clean the kitchen before Thanksgiving. I'm like, why do you deep clean the kitchen before you fuck it up on Thanksgiving? I don't know, but that's what he's going to do. But all hail X-Ray Girl. Thanks for the bacon. You can fry it up in a pan and never let me forget I'm a man. Is that how it goes? That is how it goes. Thank you, Mrs. Nerdrotic. Look at this. Bacon. Yeah. I'll go off camera to eat it. I'll spare you all. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. What is up? That's good. Beverage is good too. Beverage is going to be a laid back one. You can tell. Where was I now? I have an ad read. That's why she came in, because we are on Rumble. This is the Rumble Nooner. This is the Rumble exclusive Nooner. We are also dual streaming on Nerdrotic Live, but it is a good time to tell you all that I do a Monday, although not this Monday because I'll be traveling, exclusive for Rumble every Monday, except for the ones I'm traveling, which has been a lot lately. Thankfully, I'm going to be home soon for a good long time. I miss my house, my stuff. But I hope you're all having a wonderful Thanksgiving, getting ready for football. I think some of it's going to start. You could just have me on and watch it. You know, you can dual stream, do whatever you're going to do. But I hope you're all with family or hanging out or thankful for something today. And although I call this pre-Christmas, it is a pretty good holiday. Thanksgiving's a good holiday. You get to eat some turkey. So, yeah, I'm in Wisconsin still. It's effing cold. You know, I like it up here, but getting dark at like 4:30 in the afternoon and it being freaking cold is for the birds, man. I am ready to go back to Texas. I'm ready. Hope you're all doing well. We got Chicago Box, The Dead Critic, Ivan R, Thomas Keys, Turf Dog, Z, Psycho Mike Gaming, Just G. What's up, Smo? How you doing, brother? Beowulf's Revenge, Luis Rodriguez. What's up, orale? 8 Salty, Saiyan 8, Just G, Lady Gravemaster, Piddly Widley, Jansen 6330, Dan Bruckman. Yes, we are dual streaming on Rumble today. Again, I have an exclusive. We have the bonus hour on Rumble, and we have Forbidden Frontier on Rumble, and we do this. I do the Nooner. I usually don't dual stream. This is exclusive. But thankfully, Rumble doesn't mind if we dual stream because they know that like YouTube is like Jeremy said. My friend Jeremy had a lot of nice things to say about Rumble recently. Hey, free speech platform, baby. You can criticize it too. You know, you got to be able to criticize it. It's a new platform. It's got some working out to do. It's a streaming platform right now. It's got to work on discoverability, ad placement. There's some things, but they listen, like, and you can actually talk to somebody. So that's good. That's good. God, I really want to eat this bacon, but I'm not gonna right now. So we're here to do a square up. I've had time constraints on all my live streams, so yes, the soups are turned off. Let's just jibber jabber. And I can give these fine people who left super chats and donations the time that they deserve. And I keep an eye on the chat. What's up, Richard Lee? Welcome. Thank you for being a new member. I was on Piers yesterday. I recorded. I don't know if it's coming out today or tomorrow or next week. We talked about Thanksgiving, so I'm thinking it's within the next 48 hours. And we talk about Wicked. We talk about Jaguar. We talk about the Band-Aid controversy. And not like the Band-Aids, as X-Ray Girl thought yesterday. The Band-Aid, Do They Know It's Christmas? Classic song. Far superior than the American one, We Are the World. That one's good. That's fine too. But the cooler musicians were part of the UK one, which is Bob Geldof, who you may know from The Wall, Boomtown Rats, sang a song called I Don't Like Mondays, which was about the girl who woke up one morning in San Diego. I remember this when I was a very, very young kid, and shot a principal and a teacher, and they asked why she did it. And it's because she doesn't like Mondays. That Bob Geldof was criticized because they're doing a 40th anniversary, and Ed Sheeran wants to take his like vocals off it because it makes Africa look bad. And it's a nuanced conversation, right, that we have. And I'm on Piers Morgan, but I try to get across that like maybe we should just focus on starving children instead of worried about like Africa is a better continent than it was 40 years ago. That's a fact. There are countries that are doing well. There are also countries there that aren't doing very well, and there's still 300 million starving children instead of 600. But they brought that singer on. They brought him on, and I understand his side of things. I tried as well as I could. You'll see. I could have said more, but it's about getting a word in edgewise sometimes. But actually, I'm thankful for all you guys. I'm thankful for this brilliant late in life gig that just kind of happened, and it wouldn't have happened without you guys. This gig saved my family in a time where, like, I mean, we would have been all right, but we would have been screwed. And it makes me think about all the other families who didn't have that and got screwed by California. And people always say, COVID fucked up everything. And it's not true. The response to COVID fucked up everything. COVID was a fucking cold. The government response fucked up everything. The only light at the end of the tunnel was it woke a lot of people up to government interference, government authoritarianism, government control, the globalists. You could say globalists now, and it's not like, oh, that's a whack job. That's a conspiracy theorist. No, there are globalists. They exist, and more people know it. So unfortunately, people did die because of the COVID response, which is very sad, including extended family members of mine. And probably yours out there too. And never forget who to blame. The government, the World Health Organization, China, labs, gain of function, whatever the fuck that is. That's who you blame. Oh, and the fortification. So I'm thankful that those of us who survived and got through it are more aware. And it's on us now to make sure this never, ever, ever happens again. And we took some steps towards that. But as Alistair Moody says, constant vigilance. So I am grateful for all that. I'm grateful to be around my family. My kids are here. We're going to have some turkey later. Probably going to watch, probably going to catch up on Cobra Kai. A little bit of football because it's, I'm in Packer country, but that's not till tonight. And I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here amongst you good people. So yeah, Piers, that'll be interesting when it comes out. Before we get started, I got an email. I was talking about this with Jeremy and Az. I won't say what publication. Well, I'm going to say it's a major publication. Reached out to me recently. Major publication of the dying legacy media, which I am not a fan of in any way, shape, or form. And they wanted to, the guy, it seemed like a sincere email, but please forgive me for not trusting. No, I don't ask for any forgiveness. I don't trust the fucking legacy access media. So I'm not going to really respond in any way other than this. In the email, they're like, hey, we wanted to talk about, I'd like to chat with you about like your channel and what's going on with culture, and particularly, and I'm paraphrasing this, how you connect with your audience, right? My response, I wasn't going to respond at all, but my response will be, it's not my audience for one. It's the audience. I'm a member of it. But if you want to hear what they think, watch a live stream, or better yet, you're invited to a meetup. Come to a meetup, hang out. There's going to be plenty of them next year, and talk to them. Hear it straight from them. That would be the best people to talk to, not me. We'll see what happens. I don't trust them. I'm guessing nothing will come of it, and I don't really care. But you are the media now. And as Elon said today, you are much more than the media now. And this is the evolution we've been waiting for a long time. So we have a lot to be thankful for, especially over the course of this month. This has been just a fantastic month. This has been the best November in recent memory for me. I've been on cloud nine. I have been very happy. I'm always pretty happy, but this has been extra happy because I'm seeing you guys with hope. Little hope. That, that bullshit that people were trying to push with Obama. There's real, tangible hope. Now, hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy, but you got to feel good about things, and that's fine. Yes, yay you, Elric. Yay you. There's so many examples of winning. I just did a video on it for JK. Which everything about that is hilarious. People coming to terms with oh, wait a minute. When you cater to 0.000000001 of the population, that's about the response you're going to get. Oh, I don't know. Like, usually these kind of emails precede a hit piece. Like, that's my first thought. That was Jeremy's first thought. That was Az's first thought. So, I mean, that's what they precede. They absolutely precede. Taylor Lorenz, famous for that. So, whatever, move on. It's interesting that happens from, and it can happen to anybody. That's what's crazy about this. So I always said, so you guys are reviewing a TV show when you're doing a live stream. One of you guys are out there, hanging out with your friends. There is a pretty good chance, if it's live, like right after it airs, somebody from the show's watching just to get some real feedback, which is really smart, which is absolutely smart. I remember back in the days of Happy. Remember the TV show Happy? It's based on a comic book by Derek Robertson and Grant Morrison. And it's about a hitman and an imaginary friend going after a child molesting Santa Claus it's the imaginary friend comes and finds the hitman and they did a show on it. First season was pretty good. Second season was kind of weird, but it's a 4-part miniseries. I'm actually getting stabbed in the mouth with a scalpel in issue 2. But the show is pretty good. I like the first show, but one of the stars from the show reached out. We had 30 people watching our live stream at the time. One of the stars from the show reached out. We talked to her. She was really cool. But yeah, you never know. You never know doing this job. It's weird. Okay, so we're going to get to some soups from Real BBC, the Nooner yesterday, and FNT. That's what we're getting to today. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Meister P. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Full disclosure, I'll probably be vaping on screen today. And I want to warn you all that this is the gayest vape to ever exist. Straight up. It's pink. Oh, man. It's pink. It's not only pink. It lights up like constellations. Full disclosure. I got this from Michael Collins in Peru because I had left my vape back at the hotel. So he's like, I got an extra one for you, bro. These are good, bro. Look at this thing, dude. It's the Pulse. And it's Geek Bar. And then watch. It sparkles. So gay. No shame in my game, baby. All right, guys, buckle up. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well, by the way. We have Gundam tomorrow on FNT. It'll be a shortened, well, it's not going to be 5 hours. Okay, we're not doing 5 hours tomorrow. We're probably going to do 3. Gay Remy will be there. Jeremy, a homosexual man, will be there. I don't think we have Shad. Shad's got some stuff to do. Can I tell you my pronouns now? Who, what, me? That's my pronouns. Just smoke. It's so funny. Just fucking rip a heater, bro. You guys are fucking funny. Okay, so we're gonna. Where do you want to start? Do we want to go newest first or old? Let's do oldest first. Let's do oldest. We're gonna start with FNT. FNT. God, there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, watch Landman. Watch Landman. It's 3 episodes in. Very strong beginning. Yes, it's Taylor Sheridan. And yes, I love it. It's Billy Bob Thornton being Billy Bob Thornton, putting out fires and being fucking hilarious. It's total fantasy. I know there's probably, because it takes place in West Texas and it's basically Yellowstone with oil. And a landman is the guy who gets this is going to sound boring as fuck, gets the mineral rights for oil corporations. He's got a dysfunctional family. He's got a crazy hot psychotic ex-wife. He's got a hot daughter he's got to deal with. He's got a son who's, the typical son who's a genius but wants to work the blue collar life. What was that Jack Nicholson one? Is it 5 Easy Pieces, where he's the piano player, but he works the blue collar life and he wants a BLT, but it's a lot like that. It's a lot like that. So basic stuff. John Hamm is the oil corporation owner. Demi Moore is his wife. Yes, it's got frickin' everybody in it. All the women are hot. So, I mean, not much to complain about. It's a fucking soap opera, but it's fantasy. I'm sure there's oil people who are going, what the fuck is this? This is not how they do it. But it's great. I love it. I love the shit out of it. It's so good. And Tulsa King season 2, I was asked, is it better than season 1? And it's like, it kind of is. It improved. It definitely improved. It definitely improved. Okay. I'm sure I'll think of other stuff, but let's get to the super chats, shall we? Michael Brokey for $2 Australian. Please watch What Rhymes with Bar. Thank me later. What Rhymes with Bar. Okay. I will. James Barron for $2. Play the Volvo commercial. It's too long, or we would have. It's really good. And then there's an Apple one that came out today that's really good. And again, you can see the shift, and where you can see the shift is in commercials, because that's the stuff that can change fast enough. I was talking about this with my son, both my sons yesterday. I'm like, they're like, when is, they were talking about a particular studio. I can't remember what studio, but when are you going to see the shift? And I'm like, well, Sony. And I'm like, we were talking about Craven, and my son's like, that's just stupid. And I'm like, right. What a waste of a good villain. And he's all, when is it going to change? And I'm all, they could change right now, but we won't see that change until 2027 minimum. But cultural change, you can see it in commercials. So we're seeing a bunch of corporations. We kind of touched on this on Peers. I didn't get to, again, grateful for my time on there, and I hope I do okay. You'll be the judge. But you know, all the corporations that are dumping their DEI policies. Remember, Harley Davidson tried it for a minute, and dumped it. And it looks like Target's actually making traditional commercials. Target's always been gay, though. I mean, always. So you're seeing the shift. That's where the shift is happening. Mark Zuckerberg going to Mar-a-Lago and bending the knee, going to King's Landing and bending the knee. You're going to see a lot of that, going to King's Landing and bending the fucking knee, because culturally they know what's happening. Culturally, they knew what was happening over years, and they're the ones who tried to fight it. And you can't fight the culture. You cannot fight the culture, period. You could push it off for a couple, 3 years, which they did. But if you're at this point, I've always questioned the narrative of the election in 2020 and always will. And with no apologies, it was fucking rigged. It was fucking rigged. That's my opinion. It was rigged. Now, do you need actual people to ascribe to those votes, as Razorfist said? Yes. And was it because a lot of people didn't go vote? Yes. And even in this huge election, most Americans didn't vote. That's every election, and that's bad. But I digress. Everybody should be questioning it now. Everything over the last 4 years, because culturally, what you've seen over the last month has been happening for years. It just doesn't happen over fucking night. That's why the bottom fell out. Old Ernest laughed at me when I said the woke market crashed. He's all, what about Wicked? And I'm like, Wicked's gay. Wicked's a play. It ain't woke. It's intersectional, but it's not woke. And it's been around forever. You can argue it's patient zero for the subversion of expectations, and you'd be fucking right. But Barbie's more politically hyper-political than fucking Wicked. And I did not like Wicked. No, I don't ever want to see it again. The only thing that's semi-entertaining is this bizarre promo. By the way, another aside to my side of side. The reason people are asking why the two girls are holding hands all the time. That's directed by marketing. If you notice the poster, they're holding hands. You notice there's a clip of them holding hands. That's the whole thing. So the reason they're holding hands is because they are acting. They are acting. They're just really fucking weird, and they're acting. So culturally, everything has shifted. And it's that shift has been happening for 4 years, maybe 5, since 2019. And they just pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off until they could not push it off anymore. Until the lies they were telling themselves, they even had to realize were that what they were, lies. And now you see HBO like, oh yeah, we fully back J.K. Rowling, of course. And people go, well, duh, she's rich. Okay, fine. Would Disney do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, they're huffing their own farts a lot. And I think there's also some drugs involved. Okay. Mad TV made me laugh way more than SNL ever did. SNL had its time. SNL had its time. Its peak was the 70s with the original not ready for primetime players. It's best. It's best. Really good run in the 90s as well. Early 2000s, but it hasn't been good for going on 20 years. Yeah, it should have been canceled 20 years ago. Michael Brokey for $5 Australian. Finally, a live show. Finally, a live show. That's right. Sorry, I got. Where'd it go? I lost something there. Finally, caught a live show. Good to see everyone this raining Aussie morning. I'm raising a cup of coffee to all and adding a shot of JD for Drinker. Hail. Drinker will appreciate that. Thank you, Michael Brokey. The Norman Conquest for 5 British pounds proper money. Bond doesn't drive a Jag. Yeah, he drives an Aston Martin. The villain always drives a Jaguar. Yeah, like I don't know. Like, listen, I didn't know the Jaguar culture was Jaguar is for middle class British women, according to the panel on Peers. Now here, Jags are driven by mostly dudes. And it's anecdotal, but I mean, I worked in the parts department at a Jaguar dealership for a while, and it was mostly dudes. So I don't know what you do in the UK. Jaguar has always been kind of a semi-elite British car that's a bit overpriced, a bit over-engineered, kind of like all German cars, which is great. They're awesome. German cars, Beamers, Audis. And this is back when I worked on them 10 years ago. Fantastic cars, 400,000 miles. And then all the little plastic breather tubes and little U-joint tubes and the breather tubes all fucking start dying, and the electrics of those just go to shit so fucking fast. That's why, for practicality, not for sexiness or anything, for practicality, Japanese cars are just better. They last for fucking ever. They're boring as fuck. But Honda, Toyota will last forever. Yeah, but Jag has never been my thing. Jaguar ad says, copy nothing, yet they all dress the same. Says Snoopy Diz for $5. And they copied everything from every major corporation over the last 6 years, except way too fucking late. Worst timed advert of all time. And they're still out there going, you're racist, sexist, and misogynist if you don't like our ad. Have fun. That CEO will be fired. Whoever led the marketing campaign will be quietly fired. Or maybe that stuff plays in the UK. I don't know. Or it does in London for sure. Why did they use a recording of an ultrasound for the commercial? This is Kaylee for $5. I have no idea. Elon is buying MSNBC. Haha. Decky69 for $2. It would be interesting if he did. You'd be buying it for parts and maybe the broadcast apparatus, but why would you need that? Because broadcast is dying. Unless you could find a way to integrate the streaming with that and use it on X, maybe. Andrew Thomas for $1.99. I'm so glad to see Metatron amongst you guys. Metatron is fucking awesome. It was great having him on. Can't wait to have him back. Purple Thighs says, hi, Zach. I know you're Seethe watching. Oh, you mean Richard? Richard, yeah. Good old Richard. I hope he's okay. I really do. Grimlock, 1975 for £5 British. Ryan, we need that Quran movie. A film about a boy and his imaginary friend is just what we need in these trying times. Oh, Jesus. Or not. The Minecraft movie looks like it's made for pedos. It kind of does. Revan Star for $2.99. Not going to argue with that. They did a remake of Birth of a Nation in 2016. No, they didn't. You're joking. Josh Kelsey for $19.90. Did they? Maybe they did. Josh Kelsey, thank you for the $19.99. I'm just going to let that one go and walk away. Thank you for dropping $19.99 and not saying anything. That's what you do. Script for $10. If we're adapting the Quran, I say we adapt the Bible and call it the Lord, Return of the King of Kings. That's good. Grant Potato for $1.99. Live action Secret of Nim. When? God, not soon, I hope. Rook Takes Rook for $4.99. Fun task. If you were Ridley Scott, how would you ruin Black Hawk Down 2? Black Hawk Downer. Well, his cinematographer came out and said, like, yeah, he kind of rushes through stuff now. And I'm like, he's fucking 86. You're rushing through everything. Gladiator 2 is not fucking good. John Getz for $5. Oliver Reed entered heaven with an absolute Chad face after the epic death. Everyone gave high fives as God started to slow clap for him. Absolutely. That dude just fucking head held high, walked into heaven like, yep. And even the big guy was like, if you don't know, Drinker talked about how Oliver Reed died, the guy who died during the set of Gladiator. He was in a drinking match with sailors, arm wrestled them, won, and dropped dead. Fuck yeah. He died how he lived. Chant of the Moldea for 1420. I understand that they did this, but I can't unsee the magically appearing stirrups in Gladiator 1 in the first major Colosseum scene. I also never noticed it until approximately 1 month ago. It was a long time ago when they filmed that. I love Gladiator. I think it's great. Fantastic soundtrack. Nostro Luca for $10 says, how about an Alaskan meetup? I work for the railroad. I'll look you up on AKRR rail trip for Denali with a stay in Talkeetna. The only reason I go up to Alaska and I'd have to be invited, and the guy doesn't know who I am. The guy who has that gold mine up there and has basically the boneyard, where he's in about an acre of his land, and there's more. There's permafrost, right? So he's a gold miner and a major one, but he also has these hoses where he melts the permafrost, and he's finding just piles and piles and piles, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of saber-toothed tiger bones, mammoth bones, all these, pre-Diluvian or extinct megafauna from 12,000 years ago. And they're all like, it's like a giant wave hit them. And this is where it was deposited, like after a flood of some kind. All the bones are kind of broken and busted up. Tusks, everything. He's been on Joe Rogan, and it is fucking fascinating, like how many bones he has. Like, it's nuts. So it's the biggest collection in the world, easily. But he's not letting any museums now because he's super based. The guy who runs the gold mine is super fucking based. He's all, fuck the government. It's like, love this guy so much. I just want to meet him. All Dan for 20 Australian dollars. Hail, fuckers. Just wanted to send an appreciation message to Drinker for his outstanding performance on the dungeon crawler. Carl fell off my chair when that dwarf got to go. Oh, he knew. Oh, yeah, that's the game he was in. Everyone go get the audio of those books. Is that? Yeah, he's doing a voice. He was talking about that at the meetup. I didn't know about it. I thought it was a game. KT86 for $5. FNT, despite all of the negativity you guys get from cancel pigs, I want to thank you for staying positive. No offense to Magic Johnson. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's part of the gig. We dish out a lot of criticism. We should be able to take it. Now, as far as people wanting like take our, and some have been harder on my co-hosts than others, but like wanting to destroy careers and destroy the platform. It's like, any of those people, especially on that weird Star Wars side of things, the Star Wars shill side, I don't want them on the platform. I want them to stay on the platform. I do well. I don't care. Cater to whatever you like. I don't give a shit. Just be honest. And, no, if I had little children, I wouldn't let them within 100 yards of any of them, but they should be able to exist on the platform. You never hear us like wanting to rip a channel down. Like, you don't, because we don't care. Channels can do what they want, and they want to be critical of us. That's fine. That's fine. Occasionally, like, people are going to jab back because, mostly it's fun, but that's about it. Really old movies for $5. First time donating, 5-year lurker. Wow. What is everyone's favorite film from classic Hollywood or movies made 1965 and earlier? See you at the Vegas again. I can speak for myself. I don't know if it's earlier in 65. 10 Commandments, Errol Flynn's Robin Hood, Maltese Falcon, Court Jester, That's off the top of my head. I'm going to think of a lot more. Is Bridge Over the River Kwai pre-65? Think it is. Lawrence of Arabia. I have lots. Almost everything John Wayne. You know, I have lots. Oh, dude. And yeah, anything like early Three Stooges. I mean, it's not classic cinema. Three Stooges, watch the shit out of them. When I love the Three Stooges. Abbott and Costello. Anything Abbott and Costello was freaking great. The Searchers. Yes, The Searchers. Absolutely, Bubba Doom. Fuck yeah, The Searchers. African Queen. I love you guys. Captain Blood. Night at the Opera. Look at you guys. Great Escape. I don't know if that was pre-65 or not. 10 Commandments is the shit. I love that movie. It's on 4K. Ben-Hur. Spartacus. I mean, that's the thing is like Hollywood has to compete against itself. And now movies are so fucking old. There are generations who have no clue like about, you know, I even like Metropolis. It's bizarre. Now, Metropolis, a little better on psychedelics. Just saying. But yeah, Errol Flynn's Robin Hood has been on my mind lately. I'm going to watch that again. Can't wait to watch it again. Vertigo, Psycho, Seven Samurai, Dead of Night, 12 Angry Men. Lawrence of Arabia is beautiful. Casablanca. Any Humphrey Bogart. Yeah, that dude was a fucking badass. Yeah, good question. You know what? Maybe we can ask that one of the panel tomorrow. I think that's a really good question. Back to the one, like how we stay positive. I mean, like a lot of this, you know, satire and mockery are the best way to deal with authoritarianism, because authoritarianism takes itself far too seriously. Authoritarianism has a giant stick up its ass. Authoritarianism is insecure by nature because they know they're wrong. It's how Christopher Tolkien described what his father thought the machine was when he was like, when we say the machine as it as it concerns Lord of the Rings is coercion, forcing their will upon you instead of trying to, you know, actually engage with you and come together on shared beliefs and values. No, it's imposing values on you, opposing views. And if you do not believe those views, well, you can't be reasoned with. You need to go to a camp, or much worse. That's why mockery is the best weapon, because it takes itself so seriously and it's not secure in its beliefs. That's why you have the trans mob out there, which, as I said in my video, turns out to be just a little gaggle, was so unsuccessful, and surprisingly so, forcing their beliefs on everybody, even though they got into every corporation and people bent the knee because they were so fucking scared. And you know, that's why it was really important, and I talked about this, for the LGB portion of the LGBT to call their own out. You got to call your own out, even if you don't claim them, which a lot of you don't. And this happened in prison, right? Prison was divided by races. When one race's knucklehead started causing problems that was going to lead to a massive race riot, the heads of all the races would meet. And while they fucking hated each other, there was mutual respect and an understanding that we're all in prison. And ultimately, if we start fighting, we all die. We all get the rubber bullet, then the real one. So what the head of the other races will do will go to the race leader of the race with the knucklehead and go, get your motherfucker in line. put them in check or we will. That's what needed to happen. And they need to be put in check because shit was getting dangerous. Children are vulnerable. We are invading women's spaces. As the person who coined the MCU, I actually respect women. I actually want them to be women. I want them to be able to go in their fucking bathrooms without a dude. And quite frankly, if women know what's good for it, don't go in the dude's bathroom. Don't. Don't. I want them to have their sports. It's just basic common sense. So they were trying to fight basic common sense. So as Comics Division brought up many times, but he's not wrong. 1984 was fucking happening. Fahrenheit 451 was happening. And we barely stopped it for now. Barely. First time donate. Okay. 5-time lurker. See you in Vegas, by the way. Oliver Lavery Farage for £5 British. I agree with Shad. I took that Maximus and Lucilla's lives had gone in different directions and their families a physical representation of this. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But Lucius was still his kid. They heavily hinted towards that in the first movie. Devint for $10. I agree with Ryan. A lot of green going on right now. It's making me uncomfortable. Make Hermione black again, you filthy mudbloods. Also, for anyone who watched episode 1 of the Doom Prophecy, what did you think? I was not impressed. I was bored to tears, and quite frankly, it's another fucking story about witches. And I know it's from the lore and everything, but let's be fucking real. Let's call it right now. The reason the origin of the Bene Gesserits was fast-tracked over, I don't know, anything else, like the Butlerian Jihad, is because it was a bunch of fucking women, and it's a group of strong women. That's why it got greenlit over everything else. That would have been more interesting. And it's boring as fuck. It's a bunch of people sitting around rooms. And it's a waste of the legend Mark Strong. Total waste. But we all know why that's why it got fucking greenlit, okay? Chant of the Moldea for $19.99. If anyone makes Gladiator 3, we're going to still play fast and loose with the history. Can we at least make it either the Parthians or the Huns invading and making it 69 minutes of Romans getting what the fuck owned by mounted archery? I would say, yeah. I mean, if we're going to pay it fast and loose, that's what I thought they would do. Don't try to remake the first one. Just make another Gladiator story. That's all you got to do. Roman Empire was around for a long time. Script for 20. Love seeing Metatron here. I love his videos and definitely love hearing him and Shad talk historical weaponry. Gonna rewatch the first Gladiator now. Hail FNT. Yeah, enjoy it. 2-penny puppet for $5. I burped. I'm gonna eat a piece of bacon. Okay. Don't mind me. I'll try not to smack my lips I'm so hungry. All right. 2-penny puppet for $5. I'm going to put my best outfit and sport coat and go stand up in the middle of all them women at Wicked and smile and make myself available. There you go. Get a date. Unsolicited advice. If you have a beard, always have a napkin. Very close. Colts Mike for $10. Worlds Collide, my favorite history YouTuber on my favorite nerd show. The FNT IQ has doubled. Yeah, it's going to go back down to 0. Oh, wait, Drinker is also here. Never mind on the IQ thing. Haha, done it. Thank you, Colts Mike. David Wright for $4.99. It's spicy bacon. That's good. Oh, that's good. I like spicy bacon. I've been waiting for Metatron to be on FNT for years. It's about damn time. I hope he comes back. He's great despite being pedantic at times. Pedantic. He's great. He's great, David. Darth Hawk Gaming for $2. Gladiator 2 has Fallout 3 auto aim. Ah, yes. Black Cane for $5. My two favorite medieval enthusiasts on one stream, but to see who is better. But I want to see who's better. What does Metatron think of Twilight? I'm glad I didn't ask. Michael Fetch for $10. When Ryan said that the theater was 3/4 full, I was like, oh, the rest of the theater was Quarter Black's family. That's why he didn't see them. Captain Clarence Auvoir. Joey. It's why did jeez, over. Now I know it's an airplane reference. What the fuck? Clarence Over says, Joey, do you like movies about gladiators? WG, I put that in my video. Take it for $20. You meet in a tavern for 10 British pounds. Like playing D&D, like 12th century Welsh castles, I started a company combining the two into a 5-day luxury experience. Room, meals, and activities included. Search You Meet in a Tavern events. That sounds awesome. I'll check that out when we go back to the UK, which will be early next year. You heard me. It's in the works. Nice to see the celestial scribe Archangel on the show. Hail Metatron. Can you perhaps write some better ads for Gary? Ruby, no. Thank you for the 70s Zardazes, though. You get what you get. Is there a movie you love that's not targeted to you? Like, I'm a dude who loves Cinderella 2015, or my mom and sis absolutely love Boondock Saints. Huh. Yeah. I'm sure that, well, like, yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show. But yeah, there are. I think there's movies that cross over that you can still say, I enjoy this. Usually not my thing, but I enjoy it. But Wicked is not it. No way. What is more unnecessary, Joker 2 or Gladiator 2? Yes, Jacob Wolf for $2. Richard Pryor never died. He shaved and painted himself green. Says, don't take Ray for 50 Dana Corona. Eric K for $5. Never forget Ariana Grande hates America and Americans and went into a donut shop and kicked all the donuts and licked all the donuts so they would just throw them out. Yeah, I remember that. She's a fucking whack job. Bonhoeffer is out today. Glickenhofer? Yes. Glickenhofer. Well, it looks like what was it? Oh, Paddington 3 and Captain African American are coming out in the same weekend. So Blackington will be in February. Blackington will be in February. Look forward to that. Wes Spencer for 2 British pounds. Can we please have a best of intros vid, guys? Perry used to do those. Yeah, we could, you know what? We could probably do that at the end of the year. I think if you guys are ready for a 20-minute intro, like Perry could throw together a best of in the final Friday night tights of this year will be 27th of December. 27th of December. Thoughts on Silver Surfer costume being just a suit? Well, I mean, if it's female Silver Surfer, I guess there's a silver lining. You'll be able to see her nipples. It being a suit, that would be a first for Marvel. I know a lot of the Galactus suit is practical. I'm more concerned with it being female Silver Surfer, and that's what you're going to introduce. And I think that's fucking retarded. It's a dumb move. Many in Marvel believe that too. Rodell Iturraldi for $5. I'm just sad because now we're not likely to ever get DEI's Tarzan. Anyway, watch out for La Migra, y'all. La Migra. They kind of did a magical Negro trope by race swapping Angbroda. Speaking of swaps, I saw Red One yesterday. I actually enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Gladiator 2. It's not good. It's a streaming movie. It's a fucking streaming movie. J.K. Simmons is fucking Santa Claus rules. Is like jacked Santa Claus. I kind of like that. And everything else is it's just a dumb Christmas movie. It's fucking dumb. I had some chuckles. They gender swapped all the reindeer. They made them women. They made them female. Just like these all ladies. And we're like, ladies. It's funny. It was funny. We were just laughing about it. But yeah, that movie I actually enjoyed. I think it'll be fine to put on. It was definitely made to put on during Christmas while you're doing something. And they just decided to put it in theaters. I'm not going to tell you it's a good film because it's not. Not going to tell you it's well acted because it's not. Jake Kasdan wrote it, and he's a fucking Nepo baby who isn't anywhere near as good as his father. The best Nepo baby, I think, is Max Landis, who got canceled. I think Max Landis is much better than Jake fucking Kasdan. But yeah. Harry Potter, the boy you lived, come to die. Avada Akbar yelled Abu Voldemort. Beaver Gladiator for $10. Have you guys seen the Mr. Batman video? India is based. I have not. I'll go and check it out though. Thanks, Hope, for $2. Mark Gadetti for $5. Metatron is awesome. Have him on FNT more often. Okay. I'm about to order pineapple, ham, and bacon pizza in his honor. Hell yeah. And he likes pineapple on pizza. He's definitely coming back just for that. Metatron, the Metatron is the main, says Daniel Donnelly. Samurai for $2. So what's the reason why Az left? He died. LOL. How did their Hogwarts Legacy campaign go? Harukami for 10 British pounds. I do believe the boycott of Hogwarts Legacy led to 30 million copies sold. And it's still selling like crazy. Actually, it came out. It sold more copies in the year after it came out. So it's insane. And it was the best-selling game of the year. And it's probably still way up there. But 30 million copies. So, yeah, I would say that's a really successful boycotting campaign. Really successful boycotting campaign. Well done. You guys are too critical of Pedro Pascal. No, I'm not. He's a great actor and a role model. Thanks to him, I am touching women whenever I have anxiety. Sure, spending a night in jail isn't fun, but now I know how to deal with my anxiety, says Cold Brew for $20. Well played, sir. Oliver Lavery Farage for 10 British pounds. It's clear that Paul Mescal voted for Kamala in the last election because in every scene from Gladiator PS5, he seems unburdened by what has been, even if it's crucial to the plot. Exactly. Stephen DeLeon for $5. Ryan and Drinker planning on getting white girl wasted at MegaCon with you all. Shout out West Texas. Well, that's what they did last time. I was in the Uber with Drinker on the way home from that. And man, he was hanging on. He was hanging on until he got out of that Uber. Love Drinker. Brightest Day Audio Production, LLC for $5. If I wanted to read Variety, I'd go to an outlet and had some. Access Media can't DEI fast enough. I agree. I have said it once, but I will say it again. I would love for our future ATF director, Brandon Herrera, hell yes, make that happen, to be on the Crazy Angry Drill Instructor Angry Cops. Love you guys. Keep up the fight. Yeah, I got to get Brandon on the show and Eli and Donut before they, Brandon Herrera takes off to head to ATF. Satan Slayer 12, thank you for $10. Don't be hasty for $20. Wicked has nothing to do with the Wizard of Oz. You can't change the characters this much and call them the same characters. You can't take any villain and say they were good. Actually, it's not impressive writing at all. No, it's fanfic. It's fanfic. Like Wicked is literally fanfic, but it's just early fanfic. And it's a popular play. It doesn't make a lot of sense considering the Wicked Witch of the East is in a wheelchair. So that means Dorothy, the hero of, by the way, Dorothy is the hero of us all. So her house crashes on a witch in a wheelchair. Spopple Bell for 5 BRLs. Holy crap, opening was amazing. Give the fake money super chat to Perry. Some of it does go to Perry. Snacks for $5. I'm surprised no one talking about the popcorn bucket set you get for pre-ordering the tickets at wicked.com. No, I won't look. We checked out the Nosferatu popcorn buckets, look amazing. Fucking amazing. We are beating the is that supposed to be the Resentertainment industry? I like that. The Resentertainment industry. FNT for the win. Thank you, Metcalf. While they're at it, Jaguar might as well rename itself and with the F, or rename it to Dan Vask. I think Dan Vascuar would be good. 2 penny puppet for $5. I'm just finished reading Dune, and holy crap, they really messed up Channy. I can't wait to pick up a copy of Messiah this weekend. Apparently they did, and she was the worst thing in it. Someday I'll prank us and not have a live stream. Someday they'll prank us and not have a live stream. Judah, that might happen. I mean, we've had technical difficulties where we started and we had to stop, and then I had to literally get a hotel room and start back up again because my internet went down. That's happened. Grim Jim for $4.99. Gary must be happy this week. A movie with a green female lead released, and suddenly Captain Kirk goes, "That's my cue," and makes a comeback. Yes, I do have a thing for green women. I do. Absolutely do. And the Alphaba in the play was smoking hot. And there's hot green women in Star Trek, She-Hulk, before the TV show. Hot green women, yes. Got a thing for it. Thunderstorm for $4.99. Since Black Captain Falcon America is now working for the President of the United States, he will still be unable to get a tiny fishboat loan. Yes. While Hollywood is failing, they released 2 films almost at the same time about the fall of Rome and the need of a new Rome, Gladiator 2 and Megalopolis. Interesting coincidence, irony. Love you guys. Hail FNT. Thunderstorm for $4.99. Laura Croft reboot is hilarious. These woke women have to find beautiful European women to make her rich and famous. Oh, fail. Absolutely. Absolutely fail. We're going to get to, we're going to go to, where'd it go? What's this? Huh? I am so confused right now. Was this from the, what is this from? Sorry, I'm working this out in my head. You talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Is that from the Nooner? Let me see. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. I wanted to just verify that we're going to the Nooner from yesterday. How you doing? I'm going to go back to the chat. How you doing? How you doing? So, yeah, we just wrapped up FNT. I'm going to eat some bacon. You don't celebrate Stanksgiving? What about Skanksgiving? I'd celebrate that. I don't judge. Do you? Who's watching football? What's the early game? It's the Lions, right? I want the Lions to win it all. I think they deserve it. As a Charger fan who will never see his team win a Super Bowl in San Diego, which I don't live in anymore, so I probably shouldn't care. I just hate Dean Spanos. Honestly, if Dean Spanos sold the team, I'd probably start rooting for him again. But I hate Dean Spanos. Fuck him. But I am rooting like hell for the Lions. They have waited so long. They haven't had a championship since 1950, and it's a good story. Detroit needs something to cheer for because God. But that's the team I'm rooting for like hell this year is the Lions. Go Lions. Win it all. Jerry Jones had something to do with San Diego, Chargers leaving San Diego, so fuck that old fucking perv. Fuck him in every fucking hole. Yep. Fuck Jerry Jones. Fuck the Cowboys. All right. We're going to go to the Nooner. Macy. Oh, I can't. Maciek. I'm just going to say your first name. It's a Polish last name. It's spelled P-R-Z-E-P-I-O with a little on top of it. O-R-O-K-A. And I'm just too retarded to read it. So forgive me. Those two ladies in the beginning of the Wicked video that we watched were clearly on MDMA. Dilated pupils, over emoting, rubbing their hands. Almost certainly they're clammy. Yes. Having taken a little bit of that. Yes. Happy Turkey Day, my friends. Much love. That's from Snowdub for $2. That's from yesterday. Love you, Snowdub. Jolly. Holy Fook cheese and rice for $1.99. Max for $2.99 for 3 months on BF sale. Hiya, X-ray, agoo. Yeah, all the streaming services, I believe, except for Netflix, are having Black Friday sales. I think you can get Disney Plus for like $3.99 right now. Here's the kicker. If you want to get the Hulu, ESPN, Disney live TV bundle, it is $100. It's cable, except without all the cable. So what I do for my gig, because I need as many streaming services as possible, is when a show is on I got to watch, I either get the streaming service, or in the case of Disney or Hulu, even though they're cracking down on sharing passwords, hasn't affected me yet. So I either get a shared password or I jump in for a month and I jump out. There are streaming services I just stick with. Amazon Prime I keep because I have an Amazon account. So I keep Amazon Prime. I also YouTube. That's where I do most of my renting of movies. If I rent a movie, I'll rent it on YouTube because it goes towards YouTube. I work on YouTube. HBO Max has some of the best content. So I just keep HBO Max. And I've had HBO forever. So if I want to watch Deadwood again, although I have it on physical media, that's the one I keep. I have Peacock for probably what people would interpret is the gayest reason. Speaking of that, I'm going to take a puff of my fucking super gay vape. It's a gape. Somebody said it in chat earlier. It's a gape. I'm sucking on it. The reason I keep Peacock is it's not for Yellowstone, because the episodes of live Yellowstone don't go directly to Peacock until the season's completely over. It's for Harry Potter because you get the TV edits on Peacock. You get the TV edits. So the longer extended versions, which are, I mean, every single movie is a superior version of that movie with the TV edits. I mean, like 4 and 6 still suck. There are good moments, but they still suck, but they're a little less sucky with the extended stuff. 1 and 2, the extended versions, which they actually released on Blu-ray and stuff, are really good. But yeah, even like Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 are greatly improved with the extended scenes. And then there's an edit out there that has all the deleted scenes in Deathly Hallows Part 1, which is great. I like the Deathly Hallows movies are still chopped up versions of the books, but they're better. Like, it's not like Goblet of Fire. Like a movie that I liked when it initially came out, but the more I watch it, the more fucking frustrating that movie is. So I hope the TV series does great. I hope it's cast correctly, and I hope we get proper adaptations. We get the elves. We get more characters. Mr. Bagwell. I'm sorry, Mr. Crouch. Why did I say Bagwell? Crouch. God damn, I'm getting old. And more Barty Crouch, not Barty Crouch Jr., more Barty Crouch. Yeah, there's so much more to that movie or to that book. It's a really fucking good book. Gary, I know you've been rewatching X-Files. We stopped for a little while. We have to pick up. I think we're almost done with season 3. I make retrospective videos on the show with bad jokes and edits, which you might enjoy. Cheers. So that's JB's spooky reviews for $5. I'll check it out. I'm rewatching it because that is just for fun. Agree regarding Netflix multiple season problem, but doesn't seem to hurt them. Apple TV has some success. Slow Horses is incredible, but less viewership. Chris Powell for $5. And the reason they have that is because Apple's retarded proprietary stance. It's absolutely retarded. It's absolutely retarded and always has been. But yeah, it's a side gig, and I heard Slow Horses is good, and I've heard they've had some good stuff there, but that would require me getting Apple TV, which I'm just not gonna. I fucking hate Apple. I know everybody loves Apple. I hate them. And my hate goes back to because I used it almost exclusively when I started this channel up until 2019 when I got tired of the death ray, which happens. Like your shit just gets fucking bad and they force you to buy a new one. And again, everything is solid state and proprietary, and I fucking hate that. I missed the malleability that was the PC, right? And the PC's got its problems too. Believe me. But Final Cut Pro was the kicker. So I was trained on Final Cut Pro, new Final Cut Pro like the back of my fucking hand, and they butchered it. And they didn't, once the phones took off, they stopped caring about computers completely. So I was like, oh, fuck you. Saw the trailer for the movie The Return. Ralph Fiennes playing Odysseus, returning home. Looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I haven't seen it. I'll have to look. Lucky for $5. Thank you. Kaylee for $5. I'm a little worried about season 2 of One Piece. I am too. One of the Netflix writers is claiming Walpole is based on Trump. But would Oda say that? Because I don't think so. I mean, is it a good way or a bad way? I don't know. I would assume it's a bad way. Just so you know, Oda has been having major health problems. So his eye on One Piece live action may be pretty small. It might be. Yeah, he had to delay some stuff, but all these guys have major health problems because that's all they do is work. Japanese Demon Lord. We'll see. 2-penny Puppet for $5. I just saw F1 trailer at the theater last weekend. It had Queen soundtrack. That's very encouraging. Now, the movie doesn't look bad. I mean, its cost is incredible, but I mean, I'll probably watch it. Chris Starbucks has Wicked Cups. Oh, I thought you... Chris, Starbucks has Wicked Cups. Eric K. Wicked's going to be a massive hit. It's going to be a merchandising boon. It will kill in merchandising this year. It will do great. And it should. It's for women. It's for fucking women. Let them. That's fine. I said it on Piers. I said it on Friday Night Tights. I said it on I've said it forever. Make a Barbie. Make a Wicked. I don't care. Stop making Marvel Barbie. Stop making Star Wars Wicked. Stop. They don't work. Don't sleep on Tulsa King. It's great, says he knocked Maman. Reviews and rants for $2. Do not sleep on Tulsa King. If you haven't watched it, then you have a gift this weekend when you're sitting around and you're like, we need something to watch. Now you can binge because season 2 weekly is over. By the way, that weekly season 2 benefited Tulsa King. It went up in the Samba TV ratings to number 2 behind Penguin. The 1 and 2 shows were The Penguin and Tulsa King. And those are the 2 better shows of the year. It's the best shows of the year are Clarkson's Farm that I've seen. I haven't seen everything, but here's my recommendations. Clarkson's Farm, The Gentleman, Penguin, Tulsa King. I don't even think I can give you a top 5 movies. No, I know I can't. Deadpool Wolverine. And it's kind of a Kamala acted like X-Ray Girl on a live stream, drunk. No, X-Ray Girl's more coherent and can handle her liquor better than Kamala. Okay. Don't be dissing my X-Ray Girl like that. That woman can hold her liquor. She gets fucked up. Get her and Chris together at a bar. Holy shit. They're not going to have any alcohol left. Zodlander. Well, back in the day, Chris ain't like that anymore. Zodlander for 50 Swedish krona, or Ryan Drinker and X-Ray Girl could dry up a bar. Zodlander for 50 Swedish krona. Just watched the trailer for Nosferatu, and holy shit, it looks like it is totally a movie I would love. Love to you all. Have a great week. Apparently, it's a true horror movie. It is messed up, apparently. Like, it's messed up, and that's good. Got my tickets to San Diego Comic-Con on the week. Oh, I forgot. I got to do, I don't even know if I'm still able to. The press outlet was open. I'm going to apply again. Any tips to experts on not going bankrupt? If you guys are going, I might catch you there. Yeah, it's a big if at this point. Oliver Levery Farage. But if you're going and not going bankrupt and you're coming from the UK, the thing is, it'll be very hard to shop because it's so crowded. The prices aren't spectacular like they used to be. Shop on Sunday. Shop on Sunday in the last 3 hours. That's where you'll still get better deals because people don't want to take all their shit home. Do not shop on the first 2 days. And surprisingly enough, Saturday used to be the busiest day. I have now, through anecdotally, believe that Thursday and Saturday are the busiest days. Thursday and Saturday. Old Renaissance Boomer for $10. Idea, Nerdrotic Film Threat. Ripaverse. G&G Day of Books. 24-hour period. All streams. Everyone super chats to buy Jay's books for libraries, groups, etc. Jeremy, a homosexual, loved it. Maybe. My focus right now is on my book. But maybe in the future, I would definitely be open to it. I'm down for Korean Running Man. I am too. They might do an interesting take on it. Yeah, you're talking about the exchange of Warner Brothers and South Korea, so they're gonna make each other's shit. I am way more interested in Koreans. Like, I'm down for a Korean Batman. I'd watch that. Watch the fucking shit out of that. Okay, so I'm interested in their stuff. I am not interested in us remaking Korean shit in the least fucking bit. But seeing their take on stuff, hell yeah, let's do it. If you think Rocky 1 and 2 are the same, you missed the point. Tons of character development, totally different stakes, and whole new side to Apollo. Yeah, they're not the same. They're both great movies. The show Heroes might be the biggest drop off from season 1 to season 2. Yes, that and Westworld, they're tied. Thomas Pickett for $5. Max Drummer for $4.99. X-Ray Girl, you've never seen Labyrinth? Never seen the David Bowie Bulge? We need to fix that. Oh, she'll watch it. As tried out romance games. Yes, he did. Super Mastermind. Good for him. Some of the Rogan stuff in an interview with a guy named Thaddeus Russell. Gotcha. Thank you, Albert. Not a retro. Cheers. Luke played with the Star Wars toy in a Star Wars movie. He did, technically. He did. You're right. We play with Army Man, David Nerswick. And Luke plays with a toy in Starship and Star Wars. Yes, he does. But it's not an actual Star Wars figure. I think that's the point that Chris was trying to make. Hot takes. Joss Whedon is the reason MCU worked. It was an idea and vision that allowed the MCU to expand the way it did. And Firefly is genius. Mike G for $5. You're right. Some would argue it hasn't been the same because Joss Whedon was there. And while the Russos were there later, it was Joss Whedon, James Gunn. There was a brain trust in there. Favreau was still involved a little bit. It was his idea and vision that allowed the MCU to expand. You're right. It's not too many women, Chris. It's the wrong women. Women who are there because they are women instead of women who have a passion for the franchise. Albert, not a retro for $5. He's right. The ships in the sequels looked exactly like the OT. The ships in the prequels, you mean? Not exactly. No. Dude, ship design from the 70s and 80s is unequaled at this point. Like the ship design lately from American entertainment has not been good. Period. There might be a little exception out there, but nothing iconic. Something wrong with ship design these days. I had to explain to a coworker that Trump derangement syndrome was because he somehow never heard of it for 8 years. Liberals are just too out of touch. Well, yeah, they will not listen because they thought all the science and arguments were settled. They thought they were 100% right. Anybody who walks around life thinking they're 100% right about everything is the most dangerous individual out there because they're deluded. Absolutely deluded. I don't roll out of the rack every morning going, I got it all figured out, baby. I have no fucking idea what's going on most of the time. I just observe. I'm a leaf on the wind. Okay. Speaking of Firefly and Serenity, which is amazing. Back Neil before Doomface on Kickstarter. Okay. Oh, Aaron Sparrow. What's up? Neil before Doomface. What's up, Aaron? Love you, man. Sleepy Kid 0408 for $2. Shout out to Ali Larder for staying relevant. A woman will be president in The Simpsons, foretold it after Trump. Oh, maybe it's Tulsi Gabbard. But I think it's going to be JD Vance. Elephant Johnson makes me want to die. Bro, they've both got demon shark soulless black eye. They got black eyes. They got the doll's eyes. They look like automatons. Fucking terrifying. Oh, he's talking about the Wicked. The Wicked. Why does she look like Black Voldemort? Put Johnny Somali in Squid Game 2 and he'd lose, obviously. That one's good. Thank you, Black Sun. Thank you, Grand Potato. This is not an account you are looking. This is not the account you are looking for $4.99. How does she walk near a magnet? I feel a new Magneto casting. Okay. James Stewart's emotional scenes in It's a Wonderful Life were real. He had just returned from World War II and had PTSD. We used to have a real men in Hollywood. We did, Tomato Truck. We used to have men in Hollywood. It used to be, we used to have real men in Hollywood. Now instead, we used to have men in Hollywood. And now all the men that play that would be parts for Arnold or Sly back in the day are played by like these fucking social, like David Harbour, socialist men. And I like him in Stranger Things, but he just plays David Harbour. That's all he fucking plays, right? And he's a little fucking champagne socialist commie shithead. James, yeah, I agree with that. Bone Apple Tea Party for $4.99. It's good to see Ariana has friends in the Urukai community. Professional victims never evolve. Exactly. Because you can't. If victimhood is part of your identity, you can't evolve. And there's a lot of people who don't evolve. A lot. You want to talk about a pandemic. Snacks for the Magic Scarf Snowman, where'd she put the carrot for $5? Yeah, I was talking about a holiday movie my wife was watching where it's a perfectly chiseled snowman and some woman puts her scarf around him and he comes to life and he's walking around naked, but his scarf is always covering his balls to the point where he bends over and you can see it's like glued to his fucking balls. It's fucking hilarious. Hilarious. How you guys doing? How you doing? A little more bacon. A little more spicy bacon. Excuse me. Sorry I have to eat on stream. I apologize. Snowballs. Bacon. So good. So good. What's the score? Lions are up 10-0 on the Bears. Oh, poor Ryan. Poor Ryan. Ryan's a Bears fan. Poor Ryan. They're going to put a 50 on the Bears. 50. Maybe not. I don't know. Where was I? All right, we got to get to the real BBC. So that was Nooner done. FNT done. Now we're to the real BBC. Now the real bub. Oh, just looking them over. Just looking them over. Hang on. More bacon. Please excuse me. You don't stay here. Hang on. So you don't hear me chewing. Mm-hmm. You're gonna stuff that turkey. Gonna lick those dumplings. Pour cranberries all over your body. Oh, yeah. You gotta smother them potatoes with butter. That's right. But you're not going to eat those fucking green beans because, man, they're usually shit. All right. Let's just be real about that. There's a certain way you got to make green beans, and it's with a lot of other shit. And I eat them. A little garlic, a little pepper. But let's be real. All about honesty here. Okay. God damn it. I want a name for $10. Feeding the ducks. That's right. God damn it. I want another name for $10. Avowed is a Pillars of Eternity spinoff, a game that let you pick a gender instead of a body type. Great game, by the way. But the Avowed crew, oof, rejoice as it lets you have pronouns too. You had to see it happen. I actually was looking forward to this. Yeah. Ryan just did a video on one of the artists who said he set out to piss off people who like Trump. I mean, shit. I got to put the music back on. Thank you for your honesty. We know that. We know a lot of comic creators were just writing shit to own the chuds instead of sell comics. She-Hulk was written to own the fucking chuds. The Boys, written to own the chuds. Like, we are in their fucking head. We rule their brain. We rule their brain. I mean, it's not hard. The Chuds. Guess what? The Chuds won, motherfucker. Trade school, bitch. Trade school. Get on it. Jose Taco for $1. Who wins, Blade or Buffy? Buffy versus Batman. Also, you give me so many choices here. Also, Blade beats Batman enough if he has time to plan bullshit. Okay. Blade or Buffy? That would be close. That would be close. That's a tough one to call, man, to be honest with you. Buffy does lose most fights, so it depends on the Buffy, but Buffy does have powers. I mean, she loses. She loses. I mean, that's what makes her real. It's like she loses fights. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to think about that one. Blade versus Batman. Blade's got powers. So he wins, but as with all things Batman, if he has time to plan, he has a chance. He absolutely has a chance. There's a chance against fucking Superman if he has time to plan. All right. But if it's just like, boom, you know, they start fighting and he's going to get killed. Somebody put out today that when he's fighting Captain America in JLA Avengers, he even like says like, you're probably going to beat me, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. Batman is a realist. Batman has no powers. When people were like some people were trying to sell me Batman beating Spider-Man, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Not even if he has time to plan. Spider sense, baby. It's precog. Tom Cruise for $1. Hey guys, just stopped by to say Rogue Nation is better than Fallout. Hail Xena and goodbye. Thank you, Tom Cruise. Love you, Tom Cruise. Gary, it was super awesome meeting you at the Grand Rapids Comic-Con. I hope you didn't feel too much like a third wheel, LOL, because I enjoyed chatting with you a ton. Cheers. Oh, it's all right. You could. I was just a guest there. This is my first super chat. What could have been the outro for season 1 of Arcane is how I feel about season 2. That funny squaring of the circle is how I'm coping. Yeah, sorry about that. Mr. Blades, super team of lesbian blades, the scissors. There you go. The Grateful Gamer for $5. Dragwar commercial has a part 2, has a real Jaguar watch ASAP. I don't think so. Does it? I was waiting for the punchline on that. Drop pants chat. I don't think there's a part 2 because I said on Piers, which you will see. And I said it there, like Paul Chato was throwing up there that like this has to be a troll. And I'm like, it probably isn't. It probably isn't. But if it was, it would be the greatest troll of all time. It would be legendary. If they bring back their old logo and just do a normal commercial and they just didn't get attention, that would be fucking awesome. And it would be making fun of the woke shit. But no, they're not doing that. And I don't think it had to be done right away. I think if they waited a couple weeks and did that, that'd be fucking epic. Respect. But I don't think it's going to happen. I would not be against Wesley Snipes playing Neo if they were trying to remake Matrix. He sure dodged them taxes, LOL. No, he went to prison. He didn't dodge them, but that's what makes him cooler is he tried because taxation is theft. John Wick versus the Muppets. Miss Piggy is in a black belt. She'd beat his ass. She'd fucking kill him. She'd be pegging John Wick. Mr. Berger for $5. Gary, what do you think of the UFO whistleblower 4chan leaks? I haven't seen them, Mr. Berger. Please email to them, to me, not to them, to me. Thank you, Mr. Berger. I'd love to see them. I spend 0 time on 4chan, so I don't know if they're on. Are they on UFO Twitter? I don't know. As if you're going to start an OnlyFans, you should buy a dairy farm and mix in a dairy farm. Fuck, I'm retarded. Dairy farm and mix in some cow milk. A normal female can't produce enough milk for your needs. Okay. Ardent Parody for 2 Canadian pesos. 2 Canadian for as to never ooh-woo again. What was 765874? Hang on. Project. I forgot what it was. Project 765. It's those numbers mean something, and I'm forgetting what they were. 874. Oh, 76874 is apparently Jam Colt's Starfleet serial number. So the naming of this short film suggests that she is kind of an anchor. Okay, there you go. That answers the question. That answers the question, which I did not know. Unification is one of the most beautiful things I've seen this year. Simply that. Gary, when are the turf wars going to happen? I want to refill my stash before you get down to business. I am sitting out the purge. The turf wars. Oh, I thought you were talking about TERF. I don't know. I kind of think they ended. I kind of think they never happened. The trans exclusionary radical feminist wars. But like I sit on the sidelines and watch, eat some popcorn and watch it. Yeah. It really isn't easy being green. Glad I missed that. Would rather bathe in battery acid than watch Wicked. Yeah, you would. Trust me. Hail Lord of the Drugs, says Default for $2. Oh, that's funny. Can't wait for Gary's Breaking Bad drug lord origin. The Breaking Bad's a lot more exciting. A lot more shooting and death. Ariana Grande looks like Brittany Murphy before she died. Yeah. Oh, R.I.P. Brittany Murphy. Poor thing. Drugs. Ryan J. Gutierrez for $4.99. This is the Hollywood nightmare. Toxic femininity, constant validation to the point of insanity. A fluffy, bright pink nightmare makes me kind of sick. And it's going away because what Chris was talking about, and what I'm talking about, what Hollywood has completely lost touch with is what the Democratic Party has lost touch with. That's why the election, it mirrors exactly what's happening in Hollywood. You have lost touch, not just with men, not just with working men, which is a very sizable portion. They thought they could just discard you. They believed all this shit like, oh, well, white men are going to be the minority, which they will be someday. So we can just discard them as a voting bloc. Bad move. Not a good plan. Not a good plan. And then it just branched out in the men. It branched out into working men and women. That's what it branched out to. So that's where it started, and it branched out, and you lost everything. Well, same thing for Hollywood. You've lost the average American. Oh, you've got your coastal elites and your occasional weirdo that's a Tumblr refugee. Ain't enough. Ain't enough. Sure, you can produce a Wicked once in a while. By the way, Barbie, once in a lifetime event. Wicked is not doing as well as Barbie, but it'll probably be nominated for Best Picture. You're adapting a really popular play. There's no other Wickeds out there. You could do a Barbie sequel, but it will not be as big as the first one. Unless you do Oppenheimer 2, Electric Boogaloo with it. Ed Song for $5. What you need to do is reconnect with the average American. Good luck, because most of them left and don't trust you at all. She is loving her orc self. I would love being a green and being paid with a dump truck of green to play patty cake. I know. They're so fucking ungrateful. That's the ingratitude of Hollywood is what really they don't even understand. They don't know what gratitude is because they're so worried about like, man, I didn't want to get on that guy on Piers, but he kept on talking about, because he kept on talking about his daughter, right? But he was, you'll see when you see it. We kept on talking about pride. In the words of Marcellus Wallace, fuck pride. Fuck pride. All this pride. It's a sin. It's also a reason it's a sin. Try humility. Do you think the new Amazon show, The Captives War, will be as good as The Expanse? It's by the same creators. Oh, is that it? So probably not, because those creators have massive TDS and it fucking hurt them. Unless let me check it out though. Hang on, because dude, The Expanse started out so good, and the last season sucked because it just became the Naomi show, right? And they took one of her best moments in the book and dragged it out and fucked it up. They completely fucked up her best moment in the book, where she's trying to escape and she's trying to save her fucking friends. That's all she's doing. She wants to give her life to save her friends. So she jumps in the vacuum of space and does this hand signal thing to keep Holden away from a ship that's going to fucking blow up. And Bobby saves her, right? And they dragged the scene out and it made it stupid, and it just killed all the emotional impact of one of the best scenes in the book. Fuck, they fucked that up. But man, it started out so good. Tom Jane as Miller is the GOAT. Absolute GOAT. So fucking good. So The Captives War is by James S. Corey. That's right. Who are Dan Abraham and I'm blanking on the other name. And is it going to be on Netflix, you said? Oh, it's being developed as a TV series for Amazon MGM Studios. The series is based on the book series of the same name. Set in a distant future, the series follows a group of prisoners who rise up to destroy the conqueror's society. The story is inspired by the biblical book of Daniel. The series is being developed by a team behind Amazon series The Expanse, including, Naren Shankar's good. Naren Shankar is a good showrunner. He's from Star Trek. Man, Star Trek could sure use him. Breck Eisner, Daniel Abraham, and Ty Frank. Now, Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank, and I can't remember which one, were completely spurging out on fans on Twitter and being fucking retards. So fuck them. The series is being developed by Expanding Universe, a multi-platform media company founded by The Expanse creators. Why don't you finish The Expanse? Because you didn't finish the books. You literally left everybody. There are people who haven't read the books who have no fucking idea what the proto-molecule where it comes from, which they do solve in the books. They do actually talk about it in the books. Yeah, but I'll check it out. I will. Naren Shankar is good. He is good showrunner. Thoughts on CK season 6? Also, get Mahler to watch. CK, what's CK? CK. What's CK, chat? I'll know when you tell me. Season 6. Abolish Social Security. I agree. Cobra Kai. Thank you. Thoughts on it so far? I'm liking it, but we're going to watch the rest of it this weekend. I've been kind of waiting so I can watch it with Mrs. Nerdrotic. Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein. Cobra Kai. I should have known. Crazy ending. I know that. Crazy ending. Crazy ending. Liking it so far, though. I mean, it's pure fantasy at this point. Like I said, with John Wick, like first season's pretty grounded and cool. We are in fantasy land where everybody loves karate and there's no police. I despise Fallout New Vegas. I hate everything about it. I just don't care about anything going on when I play it. I like Fallout 3, says Albert, not a retro, for $5. There you go. Do you think the new Amazon show? Oh, I read that one. Thoughts on? Read that one. Arcane was always sketchy. I'll tell you this, Matthew, and I really enjoyed the first one, but it like skirted the line. Kind of like Witcher season 1. It skirted the line and then it just blew through it in season 2. If Axel Braun hadn't retired, we'd be getting a version of Wicked for male audience. Wicked, a XXX parody, starring Riley Steele as Glinda and Anna Fox as Alphaba. What about Kenzie Taylor? Don't forget our girl Kenzie. She works hard for her money. Hey, guys and girl, quick question for you. Why do lesbians masturbate with plastic penises and not with vaginas? That's a question for a lesbian. So when Disbrew's on next tomorrow, you can ask her. Thank you, Ryan. Daniel Todd for $10. Hey, Mahler, how mad are you about Heimdinger in Arcane? He's pretty mad. They literally did nothing with him. He could be out of the entire story and nothing would change. Yep. Plot twist, what if Snow White ends up shocking the world and turns into John Wick-style Slaughterfest with the dwarves turning into killer ninjas? I'd fucking watch the fuck out of it. Ryan White for $5. Soul Soldier for $9.99. $9.99. Hail. I have a question for the panel. Have any of you played Metaphor Refantasio? No, I can't even say it. I have put about 30 hours in. It feels like the message baked into everything. Yep. Are you surprised? Why do you not like Snyder or Court of Owls? Oh, Scott Snyder. I think Scott Snyder started out fine, but everything with him turns into this fantastical gobbledygook at the end, if that makes any sense. Scott Snyder, incredibly overrated. Incredibly overrated. I think he's decent. I think at times he's been very good. And I think at times he's been shit. I don't hate him though. He's a bit of a bitch behind the scenes. He basically, so many of these dudes couldn't stand up to the cancel pigs in the comic industry, and it's probably because most of them, a lot of comic creators live very isolated life, were trying to get laid, and they were so afraid that their emails of flirting or whatever. And I mean, like, there's tame flirting. There's regular flirting. There's maybe reaching the edge a little bit. And then they're sending dick pics. I'm not talking about sending dick pics and all that shit. I'm talking about regular flirtatious stuff. Probably a lot of that behind the scenes that kept them in fear. And these fucking cunts in the Whisper Network. I'm not monetizing this stream. I don't care. Fucking evil cunts that got Ed Piskor to kill himself. And look, he shouldn't have been chit-chatting with an underage girl. Whether it was innocent or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. There's certain things you need to think about as an adult, especially when you're, if you're like 23 and you're talking to a 17-year-old, that's fine. It's fine. 40, not really. Not fine. And, but I mean, should the man have killed himself? No. I mean, ultimately, that's on him for doing it. It's sad, but it's true. It's on him. Were Alex DeCampi, were they complicit? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes. And Comic-Con nominates that fucking bitch for an award. Ugh. Sick. It's sick. It's a sick place. But Snyder got involved in some of that and had to hide behind that dumb bitch who was at Kickstarter for a little while. Dude, the comic scene is trash. And it has been for a long time. If you're looking for honor, don't look for it in the comic book industry. If you're looking for honesty, don't look for it in the comic book industry. And that goes from creators to editors to collectors to dealers to even a lot of retailers. It is a backstabbing, shit-talking fuckfest. And that's why I learned very early on, I don't want to have a lot of creators over. I don't want to cavort with a ton of retailers. I'm just going to do my thing. So I still love comics. But holy shit. No, it's just like idiot. It's like the music industry too. And there's some really good people, but it's rare. It's like 1 out of 10 that are good people. They're good, honest people that just love comics. And that's how it started out. It got worse, in the 90s, like the uber degenerate comic people from the 50s and 60s were fucking uber degenerate. Like the Crumbs and Crumb's brother. Look at the documentary. That one's fucking disgusting. And in the San Francisco comic scene, That's where the uber degeneracy was. But modern times, I mean, since Image era, and since girls started going to con, and it wasn't just booth babes, and the parties got a little more ruckus and a little more grabby. Oh, yeah. Well, those days are coming to an end. Or maybe not, because all the comic book writers can't get jobs in Hollywood anymore. So they're coming back on their hands and knees and probably taking less money to go work for the big two, which doesn't give a fuck anymore. I mean, that absolute Batman, if that's the best you got to bring back the comic industry. Oof, oof, oof. League has always had time travel and multiverses. Don't shit on Arcane because it follows its own lore. What I didn't like about Arcane, I don't mind about that. It's the story. It's a story. If it's part of the lore, it's part of the lore. Mahler, please tell me you've recorded the EFAP movies for Jupiter Ascending. It was so bad the Wachowski brothers became the Wachowski sisters. I was in the process. Taker 610. Chris 1306 for 70s Ardozes. I'd like to pitch a movie to you guys. It stars Wesley Snipes. It has swords and vampires in it. Was thinking of calling it Knife or Blade even. I don't know what you guys think. No. Not enough lesbians. I didn't hear any pronouns. I didn't hear if Blade's going to be in it, he has to be the duplicitous man who is a mentor who eventually turns on the 4 lesbian women who might be his daughters. And eventually he would have to be the villain or die a pathetic death. If you put that in there, then maybe we can talk. Ayana CZ for 100 Czechoslovakian pesos. I asked both Mueller and Drinker already, but please check out Man from Earth. Best sci-fi film. It's just people talking about it in a single room. So probably not for you, Gary. Sorry. Oh, if it's interesting, if it's good, like My Dinner with Andre. I love My Dinner with Andre. I've read that. I've watched it many times. If it's good, if it's people sitting in rooms with good dialogue, which is incredibly difficult. Again, to write something inspiring, to write something that's pushed through incredible dialogue, you actually have to be a real writer. You can't be one playing at one. You can't be a screen just somebody punches up scripts, fixes the grammar and think you can go out and just write My Dinner with Andre. Everybody tries to, a lot of people blame Joss for this, but it's not his fault. Like all the people copying Joss and what they think his dialogue has fucking completely ruined Hollywood because he's the only one who could write it. What they forget is Joss had an earnestness to his work. Is it just me or are we overdue for another Tick adaptation? We are. Let's bite on those coattails of the X-Men 97 and get more seasons of the animated show. I fucking love that. I would love that. Damn, every iteration of the Tick has been good. Every single one. Every live action version, every comic version, every cartoon version has been good. Sideways is a drama I keep going back to. There you go. We're living in an era where fan films are better than Hollywood's slop. Star Trek Unification fan film proves it. That is more than a fan film, Gregory. I mean, I've heard some people say that. It's a fan film that was worked on by people who worked on Star Trek, some of them back in the day, including Terry Matalas. So it's a fan. These are Star Trek fans who professionally worked in Star Trek that made a film. So if you want to technically call it a fan film, sure. But almost everybody involved was a professional who worked on Star Trek. So, Halo, my humble opinion, Return of the Jedi is a 9 out of 10. Jabba's Palace and Sail Barge Rescue are peak. Iconic Star Wars. The deaths of Yoda and Anakin are moving. Throne Room duel, highest of stakes, and ending is cathartic. I agree with half of that. You forgot the giant battle on the forest of the moon of Endor with a bunch of little teddy bears running around and Harrison Ford acting like shit. The Jabba's Palace, you have probably only seen feel like I don't want to assume your age, but you've probably only seen the special editions and you have not seen the theatrical cut with the dog shit. And I mean dog shit special effects. Boba Fett dying the way he died was stupid. I like some of the throne room stuff though. I did. I didn't hate all of it. I'm fine with the Tatooine stuff. I'm absolutely fine. Biggest mistake George Lucas made was not putting in the scene with Luke constructing his lightsaber, because that's the moment he becomes a Jedi. It's in the book. But yeah, the teddy bears running around, Ewoks. As an Emma Frost super fan and master bathroom to match, I did not like January Jones. I was expecting the next Natasha Hendrickson like Lady of Species. I thought she was fine, but yeah, Emma Frost has to be a little more voluptuous. January Jones is hot. Let's not pretend she's not super right for the role. I think she was fine, but I love First Class. I do. Good music. Alex Belfort for $2. El Señor Fantástico. Ricardo Richards. Bearded Oil Bear for $5. Hi, guys. If you want something new to look forward to, check out the trailer of the upcoming Angel Studios film Homestead. Looks good. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. That's got, Neil O'Donnell. Like, he's in Tulsa King season 2. Guy's a good actor. Oh, I'm getting his name wrong. What's his name? I got his name wrong. Vote for Pedro. Yeah, if they had stuck with the Wookiees, that would have been better over the Ewoks. But I've been saying that since I watched the movie in 1983. But yeah, I want to see that Angel Studios movie. I actually do. Hi guys, if you it's got something to do with not the rapture, but like the world's ending or something like that, right? Wolverine versus the US Army was best. X2 for the win. X2 is great. X2 is absolutely great. I put X2 right up there with Days of Future Past. I think they're both pretty equal. But X2, if you want to consider the time and how much it evolved the superhero film, it's unmatched with its evolution and its impact. And at the time was widely considered the best superhero movie ever made. Just so you know. Wizard Magazine thought so. Did you all watch Capital O's short film? I thought it was kind of neat. Curious what you guys think. I haven't seen it. What's it called? For $13.99. Thank you, Albert. Not a retro for $5. I'm surprised Mel Gibson hasn't reached out to Gina Carano since he has his own production company now. Maybe he has. I don't know. I know Gina was doing stuff and now she's going to be doing different stuff. That's all I can say. Gina looks happy. She looks great. I gotta I'm a happily married dude, but I appreciate beautiful women. So when I'm sitting there having dinner with Gina Carano, you just gotta kind of pinch yourself a little bit. It's like, what the fuck is this? I'm having dinner with Gina Carano, and she's hot. So yeah, I say that with the utmost respect. The monkey suit is perfect for Bob. And he's been keeping organ grinders employed for years. Yes. We know. Yes. That's pretty good channel, sir. Well done, brother. We were talking about what Gina should get, because I don't think she wants money. I think she should get an authentic, not pre-written, from the heart apology from Kathleen Kennedy, which means Kathleen Kennedy will go through her own struggle session to find out that she's been wrong this whole time. And I want her to come to that conclusion on herself so she can offer Gina Carano. And I think Gina would do this if she had the power to do it. Gina Carano an apology, and the fandom. I mean, the entire fandom. I don't mean just our side of the fandom. I truly mean the entire fandom for causing this split, for creating this split and doubling down on this split and gaslighting the fandom that used to be pretty united. Used to fight about the prequels and the OT, but that's like normal fan shit. But yeah. So apologize to all of the fandom, and it has to be from the heart, and you're not pre-reading that shit. And in the background, I wanted Bob Iger either in lederhosens or in a suit that one of those little monkeys wears in the circus, one of the little ones with the, bashing the cymbals, riding a unicycle in the background. That's what I want. There would need to be records of discussions made regarding company policy for auditing purposes. If they delete all emails relating to Carano, that itself would imply they were hiding their activity. Yes, retro respawn for 10 British pounds. BFI have competition film funds for up to millions of pounds. Problem is the criteria is always social and political issues and not creative. Yeah, that's the problem. Even with you're talking about the tax credits over in the UK, DLA graphical, you're absolutely right. And that's the same problem with the tax credits in California is they come with strings, and those strings are DEI strings. So it makes it impossible to be creative. It makes it impossible. Like the Doctor Who Christmas special, let's see if I can find it. The great Karen Gillan seems like a really cool woman. Like even when she got criticized for the poster for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, she leaned into the meme. Like she knows how to do this. She seems like a very charming, nice woman. Turned 37 today. Beautiful. The beautiful Amy Pond. One of my favorite female characters in Marvel. Used to be a Doctor Who companion. So you had Matt Smith and Karen Gillan running around. What do we have now? We have some fat girl with Shurigawa. Like, what the fuck? And now it looks like disco in 1985. And it's because the bottom has fallen out. Dude, this next season will be the lowest rated Doctor Who season ever. But good news, the first female Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, is returning for audio adventures to Big Finish, which I am surprised is still around, which I think Big Finish will be big finished within the next couple of years, which sucks because I was a big fan for a long time of them. Some of their audio ventures used to be really fucking good, especially with the 8th Doctor, man. But no, we're going to get Shooty Gatwa, Poopy Gatwa with a fat chick. Brightest Day audio book, RIP Doctor Who, by the way. An injunction will be in place to prevent that, says Brightest Day audiobooks. He's a smart guy. He would know. Mark of Reality for $5. I've been in a lot of jails and prisons, but I've never been an inmate or a prisoner. Yeah. Me too. I've been an inmate. I have been in a lot of prisons in my mind or ones I put around myself. James Moore for $5. Mahler needs to find that screenshot where one of the metal streams VODs was like 60% ads. It was hilarious. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy. Now you're not supposed to get like YouTube in the VODs like fucking lines it up with ads, but you're not supposed to get like one every 30 seconds. What you're supposed to get is like one every at most 15 minutes. Right. But if you guys are watching the VODs and you're getting them every 5 minutes, 15 minutes, please email me or X-Ray Girl or Mrs. Nerdrotic and let me know because I can fix it immediately. I can't fix it on Rumble. Hopefully, or maybe I can and I just don't know how. So if they reach out to me, I will fix it on Rumble as well because it's happening on Rumble a lot. Late. The Trump vagina made me spit my drink out. What Trump vagina? What are you talking about? What Trump vagina?
Vagina.
That?
Vagina.
I'm so fucking. Love that guy. Love the fact that he's in the White House. We're gonna have somebody fucking funny in the White House. I just saved my stepdad from watching and believing a Mike Zero video and saved him. Also, remember, these people do not have morals, just want to grandstand. Also, as thoughts on the fuck we gotta know. I don't know about that one. Yeah, you know what? Mike Zero has every right to be on this platform and peddle what he peddles. He's the National Enquirer of News. Inquirer of News. But I don't think he should be gone. And if people want to believe him, it's completely up to you. But I'll say Ryan Reynolds having something to do with Tatiana Maslany being erased from Deadpool and Wolverine is complete 100% bullshit. There's a lot of the scoopers run with bullshit, and I think that's that. I mean, again, they're free to do it, and it's up to you to decide what's true or not. And it's not for me to tell them what to do with their lives or their YouTube channels. I don't give a fuck. What I like to do around these parts is be real. So it's kind of counterintuitive to the truth when you're bullshitting people, when you're fucking bullshitting people. But I mean, again, it's a free country. That's part of free speech. That's the way I deal with. And I'd rather have it on the platform than it be gone. To be honest with you, people can decide for themselves. Beep Carswell for $2 late. Sorry, I read that one already. Nick the Greek for $1.99. This sounds more like a new Naked Gun movie. I'd like that, but oh yeah, Phew. Dan Abrahams passed away. He passed away. The middle part of Zaz, the Zucker brothers. It was just a couple days ago. Jim Abrahams. Why did I say Dan? Jesus Christ. So many Abrahams there. Jim Abrahams. So he was involved with, Naked Gun, Airplane, Top Secret, Hot Shots, just fucking legend. Legend. My bad for getting his name wrong. I'm getting old. Have you seen the trailer for Ballerina, and what are your thoughts? I just don't care for it, although Ana de Armas is really smoking hot, and I'm going to watch it. So there you go. I know a show where a centuries-old vampire plows a teen girl while she and her family friends are inexplicably superior to him in every way. Buffy! They're not superior to him, but yeah, he does plow a teen girl. I guess the only saving grace for Edward and Angel they're supposed to be perpetually in their late teens, early 20s. But in truth, they're hundreds of years old and they're plowing teenage girls. Justin, and they bring it up in the show. At least they address it in the show. Mahler, Force Awakens review when? He's been doing a Force Awakens review. I mean, the last part, I don't know. David Doubledecks for £2 5 Hearts Under One Roof as a Marvel film. Oh my. Mahler, Gotham Knights for next October? Says that probably not. Don't super chat while driving, kids. Don't. I agree with that. Justin Lee for $5. Tired of dragon ass fancy horses or dragons and fancy horses? Check out my fantasy adventure book series, Scales of Honor. It is an action comedy and a dragon MC. Thanks, Gary. Maddening just says hello for $2. He gets offed with a golf club. Joel, yes. My thing is why other filmmakers don't take advice from Christopher Nolan. He is the top dog currently. He is. He is the only director that puts butts in seats. I would say this distant second is Quentin Tarantino. A distant second is Quentin Tarantino. Christopher Nolan puts asses in seats if he just directs a movie. And he's the only one. They make a faithful version of the popular work in Wicked for the ladies, but ruined all the stuff predominantly loved by men. What's all that shit about? Hollywood. The Greatest Showman. There you go. Thank you, Bearded Hobbit, for $1.99. The legendary Golden Spork for $5. In 2016, we thought the death of the Harambe would usher in the end of all things, but no. Chris Chan's future little hellspawn will be the cause of it. I heard he's got a girlfriend now. That's not his mom. We'll find out Friday. Japanese Demon Lord for $5. The only good musical in existence is South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. You're right. You're right. And Rocky Horror. The song Uncle Fucker is like angels singing. You're right. If you like food, then you'll like bugs, says Nerd Takes for $1.99. Monster Squad is greater than Goonies. Some people might agree with you. I don't know. You tell me. If you like Saving Private Ryan, you'll like Wicked. And they're talking about Rob saying, if you like Lord of the Rings, you'll like Wicked. I love Rob. Nerd Takes says, hail, Dick Donner. But I hardly know her, says the God of Gravy for $1.99. We're talking about Richard Donner. And yes, people unironically called him Dick Donner. Hey, you got Tree Fitty? I currently don't. I don't have any cash on me right now. Time means nothing. The interview was edited 24 hours before the first show. Captain AA can follow suit if Captain African American can follow suit if they're desperate enough. I don't think so. I think that's going to flop like motherfucker. Gary talking about quickly getting animated seasons together while being a Venture Brothers fan made me giggle. I know, right? We're talking 20 years to do 7 seasons. I fucking love, but the Venture Brothers were good. The Venture Brothers is a unique case. That is fucking good shit. Ramblings of an Ad Writer for $5. They should do Deadpool kills the MCU. They should just kill the MCU. Woke the Destroyer of Entertainment, says Thunderstorm for $4.99. At work, we had a blue hair Q come in, a queer, and ask us about our ESG views. What? They them left crying after 50 minutes. I work in a steel factory. Yeah, like get the fuck out of here. I would say get to work, dude. Clint Beastwood for $5. Shout out to my boy Marcus for being the only one not assassinated by this nightmare of second season. Hashtag justice for literally everyone. Heimerdinger is alive as predates the game's canon. There you go. Yeah, he's probably going to come back. They said he's going to respawn. Cancel Disney Plus for fuck's sake, says GraphWeb for $2. Did it years ago. Doc Holliday for $20. Any chance of having Benny Johnson back on FNT? Yes. I think a victory party for the inauguration, maybe. Let's check out. Hang on. Boop. Oh, the inauguration's on the Friday the 20th. I think that's a great idea. Don't you think that's a good idea, chat? I think that's a good idea. Get Benny Johnson on for the 20th. For Papa Gundo to make it on FNT. Okay. Your 10 PLNs were well spent because Papa Gundam will be on FNT tomorrow. Papa Gundam makes his triumphant return. He's been gone too long. He's welcome back, and he can just come on an episode if he wants. Like whenever the fuck he wants. He is that welcome. I adore Papa Gundam. I think he's good for the world, good for the internet. I think he's funny as fuck. Super talented guy. He can paint. He's an artist. He's a damn good musician. You know, Papa Gundam was born too late. He's going to hate me saying that. If he was born 20 years ago, he'd be a rock star. He'd also probably have OD'd and died. So it probably is better for his living that he didn't become a rock star, because then he's around. And I like having Papa G around. I do. I think, again, Papa Gundam makes the world a better place. You fucking heard me right. Hail Gundam. Hail Gundam. So we got him on tomorrow. Jeremy, a homosexual man, will be on with us tomorrow. Keep an eye out for my Piers Morgan appearance. Oh, we're wrapped up on the BBC. We're all caught up, guys. Thanks for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the fellowship. I hope you have a wonderful day. For those of you who are out there who aren't around family, I know there's a lot of people streaming today that kind of keep you company, and I get that. Been there. I've spent Thanksgiving in prison. I've spent Christmas in prison, so I got you. So also keep in mind, Christmas Eve, we're going to do our annual, like, keeping you company on Christmas Eve stream where we track Santa Claus and stuff. We're definitely 100% doing that. So please join us for that. Lots of holiday stuff. As soon as I get home, I'm going to start gaming. When does that Indiana Jones game come out? When does that come out? Okay, it comes out in a couple weeks. So I will be getting that on the 9th. Right? What day is the 9th? That's Monday. All right. So it looks like Monday night I'll be streaming that. Monday the 9th. Unless something, I got to make a video or something. But again, let me check and see if any of our friends are streaming. I know people will be streaming all day. I even think Jeremy's doing a Cobra Cast tonight. Yeah, Jeremy's. Did he just start? So I can't raid, but Jeremy is streaming right now. Like, Cobra Cast started right fucking now. So go over to. I'm pretty sure I can. Let me put the link in the chat. There you go. I mean, you probably have to copy and paste that, but that's the link to the Cobra Cast. Okay. So go say, tell Jeremy. There it is. There's the link to the Cobra Cast. I hope that's the right link. You never know these days. I honestly don't know where that's going to take you, but it's going to take you somewhere on YouTube. Okay. Lady Greymaster, you still there? You got it? Live, I got it. Okay, so go over and raid Jeremy. Go join him. Yeah, just hang out with each other and have a happy Thanksgiving if you don't have family around. You have, just let him know we're thankful for you. All right? So thanks, Eric. Thank you out there. Thank you, Lady G. Thanks, X-Ray Girl. Thanks to the wonderful Nerdrotic team. It's been a fantastic year. Derek. What the fuck? I got to quit. Quarterback Garrett just edited his 200th video. That's fucking nuts. So I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for the fellowship. Thanks for everybody for joining me today. Go eat some turkey. And I'll see you in the chat for D-Day Cobra. Later. Happy Thanksgiving.